Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to our first meeting of MM25, which started in 2013, called Moodle MOOC. So it's been a few years, and it's still very exciting because Moodle changes. So let's get started. Feel free to use the chat box for questions and comments. A little bit about me. I have been teaching online and face-to-face since 2006. Before that, I only taught face-to-face and maybe blended in the late 90s and early 2000. I currently teach in Masters of Science program at a distance at a university in Greece, and I teach immersive virtual reality and augmented reality experiences and technologies. Most of the students are educators, which fits with my way of working. If you're interested in learning more, please let me know and I'll be happy to provide more information. So whether you're here on Zoom live or whether you're watching the recording or live in the streaming on YouTube, questions are always welcome. The agenda for today, our first meeting for beginners of Moodle or those interested in learning how to use AI tools with Moodle activities and resources. We'll go over what Moodle is, and then introduction, aspirations, 1, 2, 3, teaching and learning methods that I use and you'll be encountering throughout the 4 weeks, teaching perspectives that you will take and contemplate on, profile that need to be added in the Moodle learning management system, such as country, gender, and time zone that I added as extra. TinyMCE editor, which is the only editor. Auto is gone on Moodle 5. This is, you'll be using the latest Moodle, and you'll be practicing on a Moodle site with your very own course. So you'll have what's called a sandbox. And you'll also look at your profile preferences in this course and in your own course. Screen recorders that you'll be using, AI generator and Moodle activities, video of the layout, and of course the certificates and the weekly or section digital badges. So what is Moodle? Because many get confused. They think, well, it must be something that I need to download or install on my computer or on my phone. Well, the answer is no. You don't need to install anything. I will provide you with everything that you need with the platform to practice, so you don't need to do anything, such as downloading or installing on your computer or phone. So let's put that away. So what is Moodle? Yes, it is a learning management system, but what do you feel that it is? Maybe you've heard of it. What is it exactly? So thank you for introducing yourselves and where you're coming from. That's very helpful. Thank you. So you don't have to know what Moodle is. You're just going to learn how to use it or the activities that are available. So Moodle stands for, first of all, it was founded or developed by Martin Dogiamis, an Australian who was a student, a PhD student. He never finished his PhD. He was too involved with Moodle. But he created Moodle because he lived far away from the university and he wanted to find a way so that he can learn, continue learning, and not have to go to campus all the time. It stands for something that he came up with. Martin came up with this in 2001, in the early 2000s, modular, object-oriented, dynamic learning environment. And that's a mouthful. That's what MOODLE stands for. MOODLE. Modular means that it's built in separate functional units. They're actually called plugins. You can think of them as applications that you install in your phone, but not really. But your phone is the Moodle. It's object-oriented, which means that it uses object-oriented programming. It's open source, you should realize this, and it started by Martin, but many, many people throughout the years from the early 2000s added plugins. Some of the plugins are core, they come with this program, and some were added. Some are free, the added ones are free, and some are paid for. Dynamic means that its content and functionality adapt to user roles. Users such as participants or students, teachers, both teachers with editing rights and teachers without editing rights, managers of a Moodle site, and administrators of a Moodle site all have their roles. Within a course, you can give your students roles, writing roles, editing roles, or not give it to them. And it's a learning environment, definitely. It's designed to support teaching and learning. And basically, constructivism, that was the idea, to have students construct and create content, and not just as a repository for information. It's not for that. It's for engagement, to get students engaged, not only individually, but also in teams. The acronym was created by Martin, the creator of Moodle, for its technical meaning, because Moodle is also a word meaning to dawdle, aimlessly but enjoyably. So let's Moodle, which he is associated with exploratory nature of learning. And that's how you will learn. You will explore and create content, and you will showcase your content using videos. And I'll explain how that works. So a little bit about my background in CAL, computer-assisted language learning, and my Moodle background. I started using the computer room to teach in 1993, 1992. That was the school year from September 1992 and 1993. And I was teaching high school classes. All my classes went to the computer room. The internet wasn't very strong in those days, but that was okay. We could still use the computers for different things. In 2003, I built my first website, WebQuest, and I became a Moodle admin. I had my own Moodle site in 2003. In 2009, I created a site called Moodle for Teachers. I think it was called something else in those days. And that's when I started teaching Moodle. And the reason I started teaching Moodle online was because nobody at my school wanted to use Moodle, and nobody in the whole country was using Moodle. It just wasn't something that they thought would be of value. And they thought that students were just playing around and not learning. So that's how I started my career in 2009, teaching teachers from around the globe how to use Moodle, because nobody else in my school wanted to learn. And I thought that it was valuable, even though teachers did come from other schools to learn with me. In 2010, I was a doctor of education, and I think that ended my studies. Aspirations. My aspirations for this course are to have active learners and for you to be actively engaged. And that's how the course is built. For you to explore Moodle features, but also to explore AI tools and features. For you to share your experiences with all of us. And for you to experience learning so that we can learn together, because it is a learning experience for all of us. I learn from your questions, and you learn from each other, from watching each other's work and from replying to each other, and to experience learning professionally. These are my aspirations for you to be active, to explore, to share your experiences with all of us, to experience learning personally and professionally. And this is what's involved. Active participation means that we're all learning together, individually and together as a group, because we are a group, through activities, discussions, and collaboration. We're not just passively receiving information. That's not how Moodle works. That may be the way other learning management systems work, where students just receive information, but not Moodle. The key features are interactions, and Moodle is geared for that, and dialogue among students, not just with the teacher, but among the students. And this is a very, very important aspect of collaborative learning, that students relate to each other's work and that students do hands-on activities and projects. They don't just answer yes or no, or they don't spend time just with text. They use multimedia to engage with the learning and with the information. So the information is easy to access these days. It used to be the internet, used to be the library, and now and then the internet, and now it's with AI tools. So it's easy to get information, but what do you do with the information? How do you sustain the information? How do our students sustain the information? They need to do something with it to enhance understanding and retention. And of course, develop critical thinking skills and problem solving. The information is not to be regurgitated, to learn and spit out in a test. The information is there for us to use it and to advance and develop other things. Some examples are group projects and discussions, simulations, role plays, and problem-based learning. What I focus on is peer teaching, or what is normally called peer learning, where students or participants learn from each other and build on that. So what is peer teaching or peer learning as opposed to discovery learning? Discovery learning is an approach where you work independently and discover. You don't have to work with anyone else. You work on your own. That's pretty lonely. Peer teaching and learning means that we are teaching each other. We are learning in order to teach someone, in order to spread the information, share the information. And that's what our students do anyways on social media. They get information and they spread it. And that's how we learn from one another. The focus is on reciprocal learning, where sometimes the student is a student receiving information, and sometimes the student is actually the teacher. And you can think of examples where you learn from your students, and students learn from one another. It's not teacher to student. It's student to teacher and student to students. That's how learning goes. With discovery learning, it's personal engagement, learning alone. With peer teaching and learning, it's learning from one another. And the method that I use is screen recorders. You use a screen recorder to create a video tutorial showing what you learned. And trust me, the videos are not the same. Every participant's video is different. Even though the topic may be the same, the videos are not. So there's always something that you saw that someone else perhaps didn't see, or vice versa. And that's how we learn. We get a lot of information and a lot of perspectives when it's not just one-on-one, but it's one to many and many to one. The learning environment becomes highly interactive when everyone is engaged, everyone reflects, and everyone replies to someone else. Interactive, communicative, requiring students to be actively engaged in teaching, whether they are teachers or not. And this is how I do it with all my classes. That's how I do it at the university in Greece at a distance as well. With discovery learning, it's just individual or small group tasks that encourage exploration, but that's where it ends. It doesn't require peer interaction. The educational approach of peer teaching and learning is social constructivism, where you construct something with the information. It's not passive information that goes from one to the other. It emphasizes the role of collaboration and interaction in learning. In discovery learning, constructivism, especially experiential learning, is the process of discovering, but it ends there. You discover and it stays with you. And that's unfair when you think about it. Shouldn't we be sharing information? That's what happened with the internet and now with AI. So why not continue this natural method of learning and sharing? So the key techniques are peer instruction, peer assessment, group discussions, and cooperative learning. That's how it works. Now, because it's at a distance, it's not always possible to have teamwork. It did during COVID. During COVID, I really enjoyed the courses because everyone was engaged in collaborative learning. But now we're all busy and it's harder to have people work in teams. But there are benefits to working in teams. The first part is the orientation. Most of you have gone through it. It's just a list of videos, except for one form that you have to fill in. But everything is viewing, and that's how it works on Moodle. Either it's a view activity that you have to view, or it's a do activity where you have to do something. In this case, in the orientation, it's just view, and you get a green spot for doing it. And then when you finish viewing all the videos, you get a badge for the orientation. You need to view the videos on YouTube because right now this is Moodle 5, which is fairly new. They're still coming up with some changes. So it may not be able, you may not be able to get the green light for just watching in the Moodle. You may need to go to YouTube. Are there any questions about the orientation? No? All right. If you think of anything, feel free to add it in the chat. Great. Thank you, Nabiha. And thank you, Anna. I'm glad I'm not the only one that started Moodle in 2003. I feel much better. Thank you. All right. So we started Moodle. Anna and I both started Moodle in 2003. That's good to know. Um, Throughout the course, as I mentioned, we'll be teaching one another. I also have some videos that you can watch and learn from to make it easier for you. But throughout the course, you will be learning from one another. You will create video tutorials. Now, you don't have to have your face on that. You can actually just have your voice, but we do want your voice to showcase and reflect on what you learn using Canva, completely free. Now, why did I opt for Canva? Because Canva allows you to have long videos, very long videos. There's a video tutorial that I created for you to make it easier for you. You and this is for free Canva. You don't have to pay anything. And the video can be for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, unlimited time. So that's with Canva. And you can also edit the video. You can add images, add text. You can make changes on the video itself after you create it, before you save it and download it and upload it. Or you don't even have to upload it. You can make it public and share it that way. With Wondershare Demo Creator, you also get a free video recorder, and you get an amazing editor. And the editor even allows you to change your face. It's got a lot of AI, and you can also add a PowerPoint and work through that. In addition, you can also add your voice to Microsoft, and that's makes it even easier. Microsoft these days, if you have Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, you can add your voice to Microsoft presentation and then create a video that way. So these are two video tutorials that I created, and this is the kind of work that you'll be doing too. One is for Canva and one is for Wondershare. I'm a Mac user, so it's hard for me to use Microsoft. I do have Microsoft PowerPoint and other applications on my Mac, but I don't use it that much. But you can use Microsoft and record your voice on a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. These are places where you will publish your videos on YouTube, and you make it unlisted so other people will not see it if you don't want them to. You don't have to make it public. Vimeo, you can paste both the YouTube and Vimeo links, and they will become embedded automatically, just like that, after you upload them, the MP4. Or you can use Google Drive if you have a Gmail account and make them public. And then you can get the embed code and add that using Generico or using the embed code. For more information on that, you have the videos, and now you may wonder what those videos were about in the orientation. So all the videos that you need for the course, for the whole course, are available in the orientation. So take a look, go back and forth to see if you can learn how to use Generico and how to embed Google Drive videos. You first need to upload them for a start. And any questions are always welcome. So use the support forms for questions. I love questions. I think most teachers do, because they help me understand your situation better so that I can be of better help and maybe make changes in the course. Since when? I didn't know that Canva is not available in India. In that case, you can use, the only thing, Konstantinos, is that with ScreenPal and the others, they're limited to 10 to 15 minutes. There are other tools. And I'm very familiar with, the only reason as I said about Canva, is the duration in case you need longer videos. But if you need longer videos, you can always do more than one and just say part one, part two. That's fine too. Please let me know, Deepika, in the support form so I can check that out and find out what's going on and why it's not available. But in any case, you can also upload Demo Creator and use that one, or use Microsoft if you want to create something else using that. But please ask in the support form so I can come up with others. I've got lots of ideas on how to do this. And let's continue here. As you know, Moodle has its own activities and resources, and you'll learn what they are. But Moodle also has AI in it. Let me show you. These are the Moodle activities and resources. These are all the ones that you will see in your course, because you're going to have your very own course to practice. And I think you'll love them. There's Kialo, interactive video, H5P, hypothesis, I hope it's still working, sticky notes, diary, dialogue, database, PDF. What else is here? Games and Poodle, solo, Poodle read aloud, multiple player online game. You can also create certificates. These are all Zoom. That's how I create my Zoom sessions through Moodle. These are all the activities. And actually, these are all the activities. These are not the resources. These are just activities. Let's go on. And these are external AI tools that you'll be using. If you've got some others, you'll be able to add yours as well. So get ready for that. The question is how to use both. And I see there was a question there. Let me go back. Only free. I'm glad you asked that question. Yes, I only believe in free. Whatever I prescribe or suggest, everything is free. Only the free versions. I only use the free version. So if we're talking about Canva, the free version, Character AI, Chalky, Course Magic, these are all clickable so that you can get them. The PowerPoint or this presentation, it's a Google Drive presentation. It's available in the course at the very beginning of week 1. CourseBox, Eduate, Camigo, Cadmigo, Notebook, LM. If you don't have one or the other, if some of them are not in your country, not available in your country, then there are alternatives. For example, Mizu, if you can't get Character AI, easy peasy. Most of these we've checked in China. Okay, I checked in China because I know that China prohibits many tools to see which ones work, and most of these do. And these are some others. Maybe you're familiar with some of these. For the introductions, you were required, you didn't have to use DID and HiGen. There are other tools, as I said, you'll have a chance to add them as well. And this is a little bit about the tools. Jenny, these are tools that are in the course right now, and you'll have a chance to try them out as well. I just want to show you what the advantages are and the disadvantages. The disadvantages that they require money. Okay, so for example, Genie AI. If you want to add Genie AI, it's completely free. But if students use it or teachers use it, it'll cost money. Okay, it's not that much, but it does cost. It's not free for the teacher or for the Moodle administrator or for the school. Whoever owns the Moodle has to pay for it. In this case, it's me. So Jenny AI is really wonderful. It provides an AI-powered assistant that offers contextual course support. It's installed. Only the admin can install it, and I have installed it for you to see what it's like. Cursive. Cursive I got for free, but it does cost money. It starts at $199 a year or $2 per student. I get it for free, so you can use it. It's a way to find out whether students are plagiarizing by text or not. It bases everything on the keyboard, how much time they spend, how much pressure they put on the keyboard. And it's really, really effective. I think you'll like it. It verifies student authorship, whether the student wrote the text or not. If the student copies and pastes, it'll not show that the student did it. It won't say that he plagiarized, but we'll know that it came from somewhere else. So this is one way to ask students to only write directly in the message area and not copy and paste from somewhere else, because cursive can detect it. And then there's Moodle, built-in support that allows for integrated. And I think for some reason this didn't come out here, so we'll have to take a look at that later in the course. And then there's this one, which comes with Moodle 5. It's AI placement. This requires you can use either OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, Llama, or Azure, which is Microsoft. And here you can generate, it's like having the AI tool directly in the course. So students can, or teachers can create content from a text prompt. They can generate images from text. They can summarize, students or teachers can summarize text. It summarizes course content and explain text. It clarifies text as well. So this is straight within Moodle. Only the admin, of course, as I said, can add these. And since I'm the admin, I can do this. And there's OpenAI inside Moodle, and this is paid. It requires a paid OpenAI API key, which isn't that expensive, but you get charged per student's use or per your use. And you can add this editor anywhere. It can generate text, summaries, explanations, and so on. Now, that's one way of adding AI to Moodle. It comes with a Moodle, but it costs money. Another way, which is completely free, is outside of Moodle, to get AI tools and use them outside of Moodle. But that means that you have to bring the content into your activities or resources in Moodle. You'll have a question on that, on what you think about it. Now there's Generico. Generico is a system in the editor. You'll learn about the editor. There's only one editor. We'll talk about it in a minute, where you embed through a system called Generico. And there's a video on that that you can watch. You will be able to add Google PDF, Google files of any kind, or a website of any kind. And it'll look like this. You add at the top, you can add the name, or you can just add the link directly and insert. Now, what is the value of having students watch and do everything in the course rather than go somewhere else? And you can think of the reasons why this might be problematic. First of all, it's easier for students to stay in one place and stay focused. They watch the videos in the course, they don't go anywhere. They do everything in the course, and this has value. They don't get distracted as easily by going off, because the minute they leave the course, they're into social networks like TikTok or something else, and they get lost and they forget to come back, or they spend a lot of time outside the Moodle. We want to keep them in the Moodle. So having everything in the course is important. And there are a few reasons here. I'm going to let you go through that. Now let's take a look at what the Moodle looks like. You will have a chance to take a look at the left, the middle, and the right, and generate and record the screen of what you see using your voice with camera or without camera, but with your voice as you navigate through the course. Now, this is important because when you use a screen recorder, your focus is a lot better. You have to focus because you're talking and you're explaining what you see, and that's how you learn. The video tutorial that you do, you will receive a grade. It'll say receive a grade and passing grade. This is what you will see, and you will get a grade. The grades are all out of 100, and you either get 100 or you didn't do it. If you do it right, and you will, you get 100. There are no in-between grades. You'll also have a chance to learn about your profile at the top right, and you've already added your country, so you probably got a badge. Let me know in the chat if you got a badge in your email. Congratulations, you got a badge. You all should have received a badge if you're in the course. Maybe you didn't notice, but you all received a badge. I know I received a badge every time I go into the course, into the site. For adding your country, you also need to add your time zone because we are all in different times, and Moodle will show your time only. And this is the editor. Moodle 5, which is the latest Moodle, only has one editor, only one, TinyMC. They got rid of Auto, which was another editor. It's no longer there. They said they would find a way so that admins can install it, but right now you can't get it back. It's gone. This is what the editor will look like, and you will explain this. You will open the editor and explain, insert, format, tools. The 3 dots is to expand and to reduce. Notice what the editor has. Okay, you can see a few things. What do you notice about this editor? And you're all using editors whenever you write. There is an editor everywhere. Some of them are rich editors, some are not rich. This one is called a rich editor. And the name is TinyMC. Why that name? I have no idea. But you can look for it in ChatGPT and find out. But notice, what do you see? What does it have? Besides, I added the arrows, I added the boxes, but everything else, all the icons are there. So you can see it has a link. You can add a link, hyperlink words. You can add images. You can add text. You can add H5P. You can add a video. You can add audio. You can speak through the editor. You can through a video, through voice. What else does it have? Bold, italicize, underline. Okay, what you normally see. But what you don't normally see is a recorder, a chance to record your voice. They also have a screen recorder that I don't use because it costs a lot of money. Okay, then these are the activities of week 1. Let's get acquainted. This is what you will have done by the end of week 1. I got rid of the screen recorder, Nagway, because it was taking a lot of memory from the Moodle, from the server, and I couldn't afford that. All right, so you will share your background. Many of you have already, and you will use one of the screen recorders to show us the editor. You'll also use the screen recorder to tell us a little bit of what's up there in your profile. You will take an inventory called Teaching Perspectives Inventory. You will create an account on online courses for free. Some of you have. You will choose a name for your course. You will watch a video on how to request a course. You're going to request a course on a Moodle platform called Online Courses for Free. You will choose a screen recorder and you create free accounts on free, everything is free, on AI-powered tools. And these are the links to the tasks and all the activities. As I said, the grades are out of 100, no in-between grades. This is repeated. This is the teaching perspectives and the results. You will reflect on the results. And this is your profile. At the top of your profile, notice it's at the top when you're in the course, you will see accessibility, where you can change the font. If you're dyslexic, you can change, or you have problems with colors, you can change that to show dyslexia. And you will also see grades, calendar, preferences, and you will see feedback. That's in case you get lost, okay? And I will get the feedback that you need help. This is what the course will look like, where you will practice on teachers teaching teachers online courses for free. This is an example of what you will see. You will turn edit mode on and you will be able to do magic. This is where you will practice. You will each have your course with a course name. This is the name of my course that I created as a participant. These are the digital badges. How many of you got the orientation? Let me know in the chat. Nobody got week 1 yet, but many of you got the orientation. Thank you, Nabiha. You got it. Good for you. I think, Nabiha, you also got orientation. Let me know in the chat if you got it. And then there's week 1, 2, 3, and 4. And at the end, you get a final certificate with 40 hours. I increased it from 30 to 40 because you're going to be doing a lot of work. So that's 40 hours of coursework. And I hope that the certificate will be helpful to your job. These are some references that you may find useful on using Moodle. It's all related to Moodle. The last one, the latest one, is by Zhao and Meyer, Effects of Feedback Providers, Positive Emotional Tone and Gender on Learning from a Multimedia Lesson. It's based on teaching online and the importance of teachers being positive in their feedback, in their responses and so on. It's a wonderful, I think, research. You can get it. It doesn't cost anything, and I think you'll enjoy it. And that's it for our first meeting. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I hope you use the chat box for questions if you're on YouTube. Please also, if you haven't already, you may want to subscribe to my YouTube channel because all the videos are there. And if you're interested in anything related to Moodle, it's probably there as well. And if there's something you'd like me to create for you, I'll be happy to. So looking forward to seeing your work. I've gone through it so far and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm sure you will enjoy each other's work as well. So have fun and a great week. Bye-bye for now. Thank you.